Released in 2019, Hetchman and Primate's Shrek 1 Ogre Rush adventure map for Minecraft has been at the top of many reviews and top 10 lists as one of the greatest adventure maps ever created for the franchise. Encompassing about 5 hours of work, the map has harboured a cult following in recent months. It has amazing map design, immersive environments, a jaw-dropping soundtrack, and many unanimously agree it to be possibly one of the best adventure maps ever created. Following the trend of many exceptional games, Ogre Rush has, over the months, seen a surge in popularity through the speedrunning community, spearheaded by one infamous runner, Verberino. Over the course of many hours, speedrunners went from simply running the map as fast as they could to pushing the limits of the map's core design to a point where, to an amateur runner, the map would seem almost unrecognisable. Let's snap a geeze at the world record progression for Shrek 1 Ogre Rush. In a typical Ogre Rush speedrun, gamers would be tasked with completing the course by following a strictly marked path, believing that it was the only possible way to beat the course by following such a track. In order to maximise the speed at which the path was traversed, speedrunner Verb would use an exploit within the game's engine which allowed the player to run faster than normal. This was called the sprint jump. Here, a player would jump during a standard sprint, allowing an inherent speed cap when sprinting to be temporarily lifted, accelerating the player to a higher speed bracket. Despite its potential speedrun ability, you'll be surprised to know that runners had little interest in speedrunning the game, claiming that they did not want to break the illusion of its perfect construction by breaking the game to achieve time saves. This, however, all changed on January the 29th, 2019, the date of the game's release. Here, Primate put out a challenge to all speedrunners. Anyone who could complete the map in under 1 minute would be treated to a visit to Macca's and 2 items off the Penny Pinchers menu totaling $2 all on Primate. The race was on. On January 29th, 2019, runner Verb tried his luck on the gauntlet in an attempt to crack the 1 minute boundary, and he had a plan to do it. In a typical run of the map, players would start in Shrek's outhouse and head towards the fairy tale slave market, where a runner would have to touch Donkey to progress. Heading through and past the cave and proceeding through the line by Duloc, the runner would then need to hit a button to start the Welcome to Duloc song, being unable to progress through the castle until the song hit the Wipe Your Ass Face part. They would then need to pass through the next forest, touch Fiona in the tallest room in the tallest tower, head back through another forest, activate the Merry Men segment via this tripwire before progressing and double backing to the nice boulder by Shrek's swamp to finish the run. In Verb's run, however, he would not just simply sprint through the course, but use the aforementioned sprint jump technique. At first the run was choppy, with many mistakes being made. He took his corners bad, he almost missed down the docking segment, jumped over the Merrymen tripwire, and fumbled during the ladder segment of the tallest tower. It was messy. However, after hundreds of attempts, Verb finally got on a roll. And it was fast. Flynn was able to complete the run in an impressive 2 minutes and 31 seconds, a full 2 minutes and 39 seconds faster than simply sprinting the course. Verb had done what seemed impossible. He had broken the 3-minute mark. Despite the set boundaries laid out in Ogre Rush, through various exploits it soon became apparent to Verb that the entire map could be completed without necessarily sticking to the path, resulting in major time saves. Use of this time-saving method became a heated and controversial debate on online message boards throughout January the 29th of 2019, with many arguing that such skips be banned from all speedruns of the map. However, it soon became clear that such skips were here to stay. Despite this, these skips were still very much hypothetical, and many had yet to even be attempted. But if Verb was to stand a chance at breaking the 1 minute mark, they were his best bet. The first of such major skips miraculously was discovered by Verb on accident. On January the 29th of 2019, Verb was on a relatively modest run. He had made good time on his tree and cave jumps and seemed to be on track for a pretty solid run. However, during the Dragon's Keep segments, things took an interesting turn. Normally in Dragon's Keep, a speedrunner would, after dropping down the tower, be forced to walk back down the stairs to the main entrance to exit through the main door, proceeding across the bridge. This time, however, Verb's attention was occupied momentarily while exiting the tallest tower, and this happened.
This funeral. Yeah? Oh! Holy shit. This might be sub 1 minute now.
Verb had accidentally discovered a critical shortcut that would completely change the game of Ogre Rush speedrunning. By simply dropping straight down over the rickety bridge over the boiling lake of lava, Flynn was able to save an entire 20 seconds. Unfazed, Verb continued the speedrun. However, during the Merry Men segment, Verb made a critical error.
Fuck! Ah. Fucking hell.
The same lapse of judgment which had led to the castle skip also led to his demise, as he jumped over the tripwire to activate the Merry Men and was forced to backtrack, costing him those same 20 seconds. Despite this, Verb claims to have, in following runs, completed the skip with no critical errors, bringing the world record down by a further 23 seconds to 2 minutes and 8 seconds. However, despite live streaming on Twitch, Verb didn't save it as a highlight, so now the footage is gone. With the castle skip now under his belt, between January 29th, 3 PM and January 29th, 4 PM, Verb was able to bounce the world record back and forth between himself multiple times, getting closer and closer to the 1 minute mark. It started with an impressive 2 minute and 7 seconds run, just below his previous record. However, it wasn't long before he had already broken it with a 2 minute and 6.2 second run.
World record, boys.
For the whole hour, Verb beat his record an astounding 13 times. With every record broken, the Ogre Rush speedrunning community held its breath, being unable to conceive how Verb could possibly smash his previous records. Was it cheating? Was it pure luck? No. It was much more than that. For Verb hadn't just been sitting back after achieving the previous 2 minutes and 31 second world record. He'd been practicing, honing his skills to an astounding level, just where they needed to be. He was taking his corners tighter, planning his tree jumps more precisely, losing less speed on corners and getting stuck less in the cave segment. But more importantly, he had been refining castle skip more and more. Such a difficult exploit took an immense amount of skill, as well as a degree of luck, but after failed attempt after failed attempt, he had finally mastered it. Record after record he smashed with his skill, getting closer to the 2 minute boundary until he'd finally done it. He had done what seemed impossible only hours ago, and reached the 2 minute mark with a 1 minute and 57.6 second run. Runners were poised to see how much further Verb could take it with the record, but instead they got, well, nothing. For hours and hours the record just sat there, uncontested despite multiple attempts by many other records. It seemed that the record could simply go no further, and Verb had finally thrown in the towel. No one would be getting free food off the Penny Pinchers menu today. Then, on January 29th, 2019, a video emerged on YouTube. A tool-assisted speedrun where someone had just discovered something big. A new skip. Instead of going on through the queue, the player would jump across the railings right to the end of the line, saving an extraordinary amount of time. The skip was a masterful showcase of how the game's engine could be exploited to the runner's benefit, but there was a problem. The jump required almost inhuman reflexes and precision in order to be successful, with not even a pixel of error being allowed. It was a long shot, but Verb had found his chance. He had to try. And oh, did he try. Over the next few hours, the aforementioned skip would be coined by Verb himself as the Duloc skip. Hours and hours Verb attempted to crack the skip, but it seemed hopeless. was just too hard. In some instances he got close, making it halfway or even 3/4 through the skip, saving precious time and further bringing down the record to 1 minute and 23 seconds. But he could never, no matter how hard he tried, 100% the Duloc skip.
Fuck it, we're gonna try it this time. Holy shit! Fuck! Oh shit, we hit it. Ass!
He'd done it! Against all odds, Verb had completed the Duloc skip, saving almost 40 seconds off the run, putting him back on track for a sub 1 minute run. The pressure was on. His movements continued at a masterful level through the forest, placing every jump perfectly. He crossed the bridge without event and lost no time entering the tallest room in the tallest tower. He descended the tower without error, and all he had between him now was the castle skip.
Oh!
Disaster. In a cruel stroke of bad luck, he had failed the jump and compromised the entire run. Verb was devastated.
Fuck. That was such a good scream.
He had worked so hard. Hours and hours of monotonous practice had all led up to this, and he had failed. For Verb, it was all over, and following the tragic event, Verb went into a prolonged state of hiding. For an eternity, Verb was not heard from at all, and many in the speedrunning community began to get worried, while others, amused at his failings, made jokes at his expense, popularizing phrases such as the CS sped, CS standing for castle skip, and the Duloc dance, until 48 minutes later, Verb emerged, went live on Twitch, and started a run. And oh, was it a run for the ages.
Dude, we're getting good tree sprints right now. No edges.
Just like the last run, it all seemed perfect, everything was done by the books, and he'd once again managed to do a full Duloc skip.
Despite missing that felt good out of cave. Alright.
And as he reached the castle skip,
Yo, what's up? Oh! Oh my god.
he continued the run right to the end with absolute perfection. And as he reached the tip of the boulder,
Oh my god, dude. Sub 1 minute. Fucking 59.50. Oh, shit.
he'd finally done it. He had done the impossible and completed a sub 1 minute run, coming in at a breathtaking 59.5 seconds. It couldn't have been closer. Truly now the game had been pushed to its limits. Ogre Rush must have one of the most unique and exciting stories compared to almost all other games which have been speedrun. Unlike many other speedruns of the past, Ogre Rush's story can be completely traced back to a single date and a single person. January 29th of 2019, and Verb. As it stands, 59.5 seconds is the current world record for Ogre Rush. And that is the speed running record progression for Shrek 1, Ogre Rush.
Alright guys, we finally did it. We got sub 1 minute. Took a fucking long time, but I knew it was possible, and it took a lot of fucking effort. But you know, we did it, and I think I'm done for now. I don't think this run can be beaten. I think I'm gonna take a break from speedrunning, or at least in this game, because I think it's over now. Yeah, thanks for hanging out on the stream, all the donos and subs. It's been great hanging out with you guys, but I'm sorry, but this is probably gonna be my last stream for a while. Thank you.